Hey guys, welcome to the high ground. My name is Fabio and today we'll be talking about climbing knots for beginners. We will talk about the essential climbing knots today. We already have videos about any of these knots on our channel. You find them all down in the description. Compared to this video, those videos will go much more into detail for each knot. You will learn different variants on how to tie them, what they're used for, and how you can use them in different situations. As said, you will find the links to any of these videos down in the description. And now let's get started with the most important climbing knots. Let's start with our first basic knot. This knot is the so-called figure of 8 knot. It's usually used to tie yourself into the rope. And the first step, you put the loop, you go around once, and then through the loop. And there you have your single figure of 8 knot. Now let's assume you want to actually tie into that knot. Let's say this is your belay loop or the tie-in loops. You go through here, and the only thing you have to do is you follow the knot back here through. And then you can make a decision if you want to go inside or outside. I generally prefer outside. You go around, you stay on the outside, you go through here, over there, stay all the way on the outside until you're through. And now you have your figure of 8 knot. Another way of tying the figure of 8 knot is taking the rope in a double strand and then tying the same knot as for the single figure of 8. You put a loop in it, you go around once, and then you go through the front. With this version, you have to be a little bit more careful so that the rope and the knot is tidy. You can see here it crosses over each other. That shouldn't be, so you have to adjust it. But you can also make a wonderful clean figure of 8 knot, but you can't thread it through anything like a belay loop in this version. As said, if you're interested in more knots, also check out the video on the figure of 8. The next knot I'd like to show you is the clove hitch. It's generally used to tie a rope to a carabiner. In the first step, you put the rope into the carabiner, then you take the strand from behind, give it a loop, and put it into the carabiner again. Be careful to not put it in like this, but turn it around and like this. Then you can pull on either strand of the rope and the knot will tighten itself. Another way of tying a clove hitch is like this. You put first a loop to the front, then you put a loop to the back. You lay them on top of each other, so the front to the back and the back to the front, like this. And then you clip them through the carabiner. And if you pull on the strands, again, a perfectly tied clove hitch. The next knot I'd like to show you is the Munter hitch. The Munter hitch is used to belay somebody. Generally, it's not used in sport climbing anymore today, but you often see it in mountaineering and more alpine endeavors. You start similar to the clove hitch. You put the rope into the carabiner. And now the important thing is the rope where you have your braking hand has to be in front. The person is on the back. If you do it the other way around, that's a possibility, but then you also have to do the knot the other way around. Now, how you do the knot is pretty easy. You don't take the rope from the back, like for the clove hitch, but from the front. you give it a loop, put it over there, and you have a perfect Munter hitch. The next knot I'd like to show you is the Prusik knot. It's used to tie a sling around a rope in a way so that when you pull on the sling, it grips the rope. If you push the sling along the rope, you can move it. And now you have to know that the standard Prusik is wrapped 2 times around the rope. You will see that in a second. If you don't have a large difference in diameter between the rope and the sling, you can wrap it around more often, then it will hold onto the rope much better. If you're interested in details on rope diameters and cordage material, then please check out the Prusik video as well as all the other detailed videos on all the knots I show you in an overview in this video. Okay, let's get started. We take the Prusik, we wrap it around once. This is our basis. Then we wrap it around another time, like this. Make sure that everything is tidy. And since I know that this diameter is not so much different from this diameter, we will go around a 3rd time, like this. Okay, tidy everything up. Here we go. And now if you pull on the sling, it holds onto the rope. But if you push it up and down, it moves freely. And if you pull on it, it again holds onto the rope. The next knot I'd like to show you is the stopper knot. It is used to prevent the rope from sliding through something, for example, your belay device. Now, how you do it is you put the rope around your finger so that it crosses over itself once, twice, and then you just stick the rope through where your finger was and pull it tight, like this. The next knot I'd like to show you is the butterfly knot. I personally use the butterfly knot a lot for mountaineering, especially for glacier travel, as stopper knot in between different members of the rope. So, one advantage of the butterfly knot is that you don't need the end of the rope, you can just tie him in the middle without having an end. And this is how you do it. You put it over your hand, you go another time around your hand, and then another time, and this time you come down in the middle. Now you pull this loop, you go over the both other strands, you go under them, and then you just pull on the rope. To tidy the butterfly knot, you pull on both ends like this, and there you have the butterfly knot. One thing that is very nice about this knot is that it opens quite easily, even after it was under load. So, for example, somebody fell into a crevasse, you hold a person up, you have to untie that knot. It's pretty easy, even though it was loaded. So, those were the most important climbing knots for beginners. If you found this video helpful, please give us a like. Subscribe to the channel, we have a lot of other tutorials that you might find interesting. I say thank you for your time, I appreciate that you watched this video, and I'll see you next time.